I'd like to start out saying good evening, and welcome to another episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Well, I'm your host, Alan Sample. I'd like to start out this show saying I hope and pray everyone, all my followers, listeners, and everyone out there is doing well. I hope y'all having a very blessed, and safe week so thus far. I hope all of your dreams, your wishes, your blessings has been coming to fruition. On this week for the show, as I call the good, the bad, and the ugly, it is not going to be very long, people. It's going to be pretty straight, direct to the point. It's going to be very different, very interesting, but to say the least, not that long. And I'd like to start out again saying thank you to all my followers, my listeners, subscribers, all the people who subscribe to my show, all the people who tune in and listen to my show on all the different platforms I'm on. I'm totally blessed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Continue to listen, follow, and subscribe. Also, continue to leave your comments. I take all criticism, good, bad, whatever, the same. There's there's nothing that you can say that will probably deter my mindset for being and starting the show. So whatever you like, dislike, or don't like about the show, just let me know. And like I said, I take all criticism, good, bad, or whatever. I will answer respectfully, and I will get to it as soon as I can. And like I said, thank you to all those who been tuning in to the show. Thank you for your support. On this week on the show, in current events, and we're gonna get right to it. On this week for the show, in current events, it has been a black teen, young, a very young black female teen. I can't say she's a woman; she's a young lady. Man, she has just been amazing. She has just stood out among in this world. I wish her the best. I continue to pray all of her dreams and aspirations and things of that nature come to fruition. But as of right now, she is already hitting her peak, doing great. I support Black Girls Rock. I support anything of black excellence of this nature that she's doing. But to further ado, it's a young lady, a young teen, already has 3 degrees. She's only 16 years old. Has become one of the youngest full-time teachers at 16. And some of the other degrees that she has, she obtained those when she was just 14. And I ain't gonna, I'm cause I got like she's underage, so I'm gonna protect her name. But I just wanted to speak on this current event because it was so it was so eye popping. It caught my eye when I was doing my research. It was so amazing to see a young black woman in this country being just so intelligent, inspirational, so the way she carried herself, and she's just a young woman, she's just a teen, and she already is a full-time teacher. Man, I love to see things like this, positive, great things that's going on in this country for our people, for anybody for that nature, but especially for the African Americans in this country, especially a young lady. She's already hitting strides, hitting her goals, man. So if you come across this article, check it out. You can check it out. You can find it in Entertainment News if you want to find out more about it. Go read this article. Go check her out. Like I said, she's underage, so I'm not going to put her name out there. But if you wanted to go look this up, you can go research and read and find more information about her on Entertainment News. But man, when I saw this, it was just like I said, I got to take my hat off. Big salute to this young woman, this young black queen. She doing big, man, and she has many more degrees. She's just only 16, and she's a full-time teacher in the state where she lives. Big salute to her. Big salute. In other current events, Wilding Out star who recently passed, who was the fiance of DC Young Fly, as all of us know, Miss Jackie O. Her cause of death was revealed to be complications from cosmetic surgery. Now, this is just from the article the different research places that I pulled information from, and like I said, this one particular area is coming out of e-news. So please, if you want to find more factual points about it, you can go there. Uh, but just to say the least, man, I'm just like, man, and this is just my opinion. I don't, as people, black, white, Jew, Gentile, polka dot, candy stripe. This is just my opinion. Be happy in your own skin. Be thankful for who you are. God made every one of us unique. All of us got a purpose. All of us are very beautiful in and out. Believe in oneself. Be thankful for who you are. And I say all of that to say this because was a very prominent black young female who was doing her thing modeling on the Wild 'N Out show. I don't know what other gigs that she had, but I guarantee she had a promising career. I know she'll be missed by her kids, DC Young Fly, and to see a young African American queen lose her life because of complications from cosmetic surgery. That's something that she could have just worked out and done. She could have just, you know what I'm saying? I don't get that sometimes we get so caught up in the things of this world, in this world about our looks and trying to make everyone like us and be, you know what I'm saying? You are a beauty as, as you are. And excuse me from my stumbling on words, but you are a beautiful woman, or you are a handsome man, or you are a very handsome young sir, as you are. Don't let nobody tell you you're not enough. However you were built, you're enough, man. We have people in our race that are losing their lives in other races just to try to look pretty, man. Getting butt shots from fake places and all these and getting all this getting they guys getting their stomach sucked out. Why, man? Look, if they don't like you for who you are, you know my motto. What I always say: if they don't like you for who you are, simple and plain. And I'm not gonna stay on this too long, but it's just like it's gut wrenching to see a prominent young woman like herself, man, to lose her life and cause of some complications from cosmetic surgery if this holds up. And I'm pretty much thinking it is from all the research, all the research sources and things that I have seen and looked into. But we're gonna move right along in the show. Please, people, believe in oneself. You are enough. On this next segment in sports this week, on this next segment of the show in sports this week, the NFL owners, a lot of them, I know we have watched this game last week between Denver and Miami. It was a blowout. Miami blowed them out. I think it was last week or the week before last. But it made NFL owners highly pissed. They said it was very distasteful how the coach handled it. They said it was very just like a bad look on the NFL because of what one coach of the Miami Dolphins decided to do and run the score. And it pissed them off. It pissed a lot of them off because they so busy worrying about their TV deals and how things look and the image of the NFL and the image of things. But I feel like this personally, and this is my opinion. And please leave a comment and let me know how you feel about it. And let me know what you think. But if you playing a sport, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. If you let me whoop you to the point of just obliteration, and if that's a word, excuse me, to just blow you out of the water, basically, and you don't fight back, this is a game. Especially this is football. We supposed to put this game is based on. It's based on it putting another man's will against another's man's. The whole premises for football is mono and mono, man on man, to test the wits and the mights and the strengths. It's like gladiator ball, based, and that's all it is. So if I get the chance to run the score to embarrass you, and you don't have the heart to stop, I'm supposed to feel sorry for you and kneel down and stop running, stop scoring to make you feel better, to make your players feel better. You should have prepared. You should have knew this. You should have knew this was coming when you came to my door with this garbage. And if y'all see the game was garbage. It was totally garbage. Miami did their thing. Now the following week they played the Bills. It was different. The Bills were more resilient. The Bills fought back. The Denver didn't did it. It showed me they didn't have nothing. It showed me all the money they were paying Russell Wilson was just waste of money. Their defense sucked. Their special teams sucked. All of that sucked. And this is just my opinion. If you seen the game, you let me know. But I don't agree with the owners are trying to tell this coach how to not coach his team and how to run his organization. If his owner happy and his general manager happy, and the presumption, presumably they are, presumably they are happy because they ain't coming out complaining. Why are y'all complaining? Because you scared about your ratings, your money? They're going to bring more people to watch NFL, man. I wanted to see something like that. You should get obliterated if you just not fight back. You should get dragged through the mud. Fight back, prepare. But I just didn't agree with how they try to attack the coach, how they try to attack this organization because they said it was a bad handling for the coach running it up on them like that. Man, that's crazy, man. Hey, this is football, it's a sport. You do what you need to do to win and continue to put your foot on their neck. Don't let up. Moving right along in sports. Next in sports for this week, the Jets signed former starting quarterback Trayvon Cinnamon. Uh, they're gonna have to do more. They're gonna have to do better than this for a backup to Zach Wilson. They're gonna have to do better because this guy Trevor Simeon, he is not a great quarterback. Now, don't get me wrong. Zach Wilson is playing much better. He playing like last week. He played lights out. He just fell one touchdown short against the Kansas City Chiefs, but they're gonna need more help than that if they plan on winning more games. Trevor Trevor Simeon is not it. Y'all cannot let this whole organization, this whole season go down just because Aaron Rodgers is gone. You got 52 more players on this team, on the 53-man roster. Come on, people. Find a way to get it together. Find a way to get your team back into the winning column. Now, they still are, I believe, just below 500. So it's not getting crazy yet, but it's coming. And as soon as it comes, you're gonna see a lot of players that really just like, man, your season gonna tank. But like I said, Zach Wilson has, as of late, been playing better. But Trevor Simeon, for a backup, is not it. You could have gave Cam Newton a chance. And that's just my thoughts on it. You could have gave Cam Newton a chance. Because Trevor Simeon ain't it. Let me know what you think, people. Let me know how you feel about that and others. Also this week in sports, Deion Sanders' team, according to many commentators and sports commentators and sport analysts and journalists and reporters, they were saying, when the season started, that the Colorado Bucks would not beat USC, definitely not Oregon or Arizona State. They did say they'll win one or two games probably, because of who Deion Sanders was. If y'all have watched sports this weekend, they put the whammy on Arizona State. Again, Shedeur Sanders came out with an excellent game, a very, very explosive, great passing numbers, great completions, touchdown to interception ratio was great. His completion rate was great. His QBR rate was great. Again, this boy is making a very strong claim for the Heisman for this year. If not this year, next year. But he's still making a strong claim for the Heisman. And all that trash they were talking about Deion, talking about don't believe. Deion is spreading the message that been installed by him from the older G's, from the older, wiser men. Believing oneself, believing from his pastors and his parents, his mother, believing in what God said. You can manifest greatness on your life if you speak and just believe in oneself. He got this team that was a 1-11 team believing in they believe, man. You can see it. They fight to the end, even though they losing. Like they're losing against USC, they fought to the end. I love to see this, man. I love this Colorado Buffalo team. It's kudos to them. Hats off. Big salute from your boy, Big Nord. Hey, man. Also, in other news, in other controversial news about Deion, as we know, Deion made on a press conference some statements about the reason why his number one recruit is not on the field, because the reporters were asking him why and things of that nature, why this young man is not playing, why he went on the field. And as y'all probably seen or heard, if you haven't, I will let you know right now that they asked him about him. So he told them that the kid don't be watching film, basically. And he told the reporter that he checked film time. So when he told the reporter that he checks film time, at the time, I don't think that Dion totally understood what he was saying. I don't think he understands the repercussions that, but I just feel like this is petty because they are trying to do everything in their power to tear Dion down because of his whole premise, his whole motto, his whole thing of what he's doing about believing in oneself, about becoming, about how he got these 86 new young men from all around the country, from different teams to believe and to play together and fight for one another. We can't get things in our country or in our own families in our cities to work like this. He got 86 grown people, don't know each other, to look, hold each other up, responsible for their job, and got them all believing one thing. That's how it's supposed to be, man. That's how life supposed to be. To believe in yourself, no matter what nobody says, because it goes back to what I was saying about in current events about this Jackie O thing. If you believe in yourself, she wouldn't even needed that surgery. But so because we so busy believing in things of what these people in this world is saying, some of the richest, the most powerful, the most high level, the most famous people gonna be number one in the devil army. And that's just my opinion. These are not facts, so don't hold me to it. But this is my right to speak my mind, and this is my opinion. But I just feel like some of the most things that we hold high and praise is going to be some of the worst and going to be in the lowest places. Because you got to understand, we're not of this world, we're just in it. And I just feel like this whole thing that they picking on Deion Sanders because he made the statement about he checked video time, film times. Every coach do that. Every coach do that. Deion just made a mistake and said it. And when he said it, now the NCAA said he didn't know what he was saying, and they can hand out violations because by rule and by right, that is according to the NCAA, that is a violation. But they know other schools doing it. If you don't think, I love Alabama. I love Alabama to death. You don't think Alabama doing this. You don't think Auburn doing this. You don't think Alabama, you don't think Tuskegee, any school, college school, even in the NFL, my Philadelphia Eagles, my Las Vegas Raiders. You don't think none of these coaches are checking, but the NFL is different. They're not governed about the NCAA. So that is excluded. But you don't think any of these colleges that are governed by the NCAA regulations, other coaches are not checking to see, are these guys watching film? If you're not watching film, if you ever played any sport from basketball, baseball, yeah, you get allowed a certain amount of hours to do extracurricular activities in college, and the NCAA that allowed and say is prohibited without going outside of those hours. But how many people think that somebody every day is checking to see how long them folks watching them film? You think NCAA got somebody at every school in this country? They got a football team, basketball team to check their hours, make sure they ain't going. No, they don't. And they know it's going on. So then you sit around trying to pick on Deion because he's proving to the world. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything. Like the Bible said, you speak life and death through the tongue. Life and death, you speak life and death in your tongue. And that basically means you can manifest greatness over your life. You stay positive, you stay focused, and you continue to don't let things of this world tear you down, and you speak it, and you speak what you want, and you manifest it over yourself. and believe in it, and you work toward it and continue to work hard, you're gonna have downfalls. You're gonna have peaks and valleys. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna all of that gonna happen, but you continue to fight and believe in yourself and don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. That's what this man has done. And in upsetting the system and the normal way of things. And he took a team that no one wanted to be, no one wanted to coach. And he making them believe in their self and fight for one another. All different races of kids, young men on this team. They don't follow the way they talk about Deion because in the interview, because he wears shades, because he support the black culture, and he got chains on. They needed to stir up the college. He need the college football needed that. You needed to change. All that old traditional stuff, man, time is moving on. You can't keep holding somebody back because of what you don't agree with. Because it upsetting the powers that be. And that's all this is. Some petty rhetoric. A bunch of BS. And that is it. And that is it for sports this week on the show. And I have a couple things that are a little different this week. I have a couple shout outs this week that I want to shout out. Recently I was on vacation and man, I had a very great time. And I just want to give a shout out to all the different people who was where I was at, that showed me love, that looked out for me, that hey, made sure I had a great time. I want to give a shout out to Steve O, the tattoo artist, who showed me great love and showed me great hospitality when I was down there. When I was down in Florida chilling at Mango Beach Tattoo and Piercing. Big ups to them. Big ol' ups to them again. Big ol' ups. Big ol' ups to Steve O, the tattoo artist at Mango Beach and Tattoo and Piercing down in Florida in Panama City. Man, thank you so much for the work. The tat is looking great. Also, I like to give a big shout out to it called the Box. It's a cigar shop, smoke shop as you call it. You can sit in and chill, smoke your cigar. It called the Box Cigar right there off of Old Pier Road or New Pier Road in Panama City, Florida. Man, hats off to y'all. Big salute, big shout out. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for your hospitality that you showed me. When I was down there, I really enjoyed myself. And also thank you to all the great hotel accommodations that I did receive when I was down into La Quinta Inn and Suites. Man, thank you to those people. I had a great time. I had a lovely time, safe time. I came back home. And that is it for shout outs this week. And there's gonna be a little something different that I'm gonna do from time to time. But I wanted to make sure I send them shots out to them. And big salute again to Steve O. Love the tat, man. It's looking great, looking wonderful. Big ups. Thank you, man. Moving right along in the show. Moving right along in the show. In life this week, I seen some things that I wanted to share with y'all. I saw on IG that I thought was it was very good. It was I felt like it was very good. I feel like to touch home. I like to always try to help uplift and get people who's watching my show, listen to my show, and I try to be inspirational and motivational. Some people get misscrewed, misscrewed, and get misunderstood of a lot of things because they believe in what everything someone tells them. And I'm a big believer of this. Believe nothing you hear, half of what you see. If you didn't see that person, you didn't come up and touch them, it wasn't me. And that's just it's the way it's just my hey, it go for me, it go for a female, and hey, it is what I don't want to hear about nothing you did. I don't want to hear about who you shot, who you killed, you the biggest baddest. Don't tell me none of your business. Cause I'm not gonna tell you mine. I don't want to hear no rhetoric, no BS about what this person did, that person did. I don't want to hear it. You can show me a video. All of this can be altered. I know I do this. I do this. You can change the video. You can change the sound. You can do whatever these days. You don't know if they ain't got sound. You don't know what's going on. I don't care. I don't want to hear about your rhetoric. Don't tell me who you shot, who you killed. You the biggest this and that. I don't want to hear it. I'm a big believer in keeping my energy positive, keeping my mind focused, keeping my head upright, screwed on the right way, and moving at my own pace. Walking in my lane, staying in my lane, and minding my own. And back to what I was saying, and I say all that to say this. And in my life segment, I try to leave you something that I try to give you something that will help. And this I saw on IG, on Instagram. You can, if you would like to find out more about it, you can go on IG, check it out. You should be able to find it. It's somewhere on there. I just can't pinpoint you to it because I know I be doing a lot of research and things during the week. And I just wanted to share it with y'all because I think it's very strong and very powerful. It's a lot of different Bible verses that I feel like a lot of food for thought that can help someone who's going through some trying times, that can help you out of your slumber. If you feeling depressed, if you down in the mud trying to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you catching purity HELL or whatever, or things are just not going right in your life. I feel like this can help someone, and I hope it does. And I just wanted to share it with y'all because some of us don't. We just scroll past things. We don't stop at some stuff like this. But I just wanted to share it. First, on the first number one, it say He knows you by name, and to support that He knows you by name, you can find that at Isaiah 43:1. The second one, it says, He will fight for you. You can find that in Exodus 14:14. And what I mean by Exodus 14:14 is Exodus chapter 14, verse 14. The third one, He thinks about you. And this comes from Psalms 139:17. The fourth one, it says, He has a place for you. It's come from Jeremiah 29:11. Number 5, it says, He is your refuge. Another one coming out of Psalms 62:6-8. Next in this segment, the next one, it say He is always with you. This come out of Matthew 28:20. So as you see, these different things that I just brought to you, man, it say He, but it can be he or she. You know how the Bible was in that Old and New Testament and how they spoke. They always, they did say she. They did illustrate to women sometimes, but mostly it was men. So that's why you see a lot of he. So women, this is for you also. Please, if you want to find out more about this, I think it's very powerful. I think it's helpful. It'll help someone. just read it. You reading God's word will uplift your spirit. It does that for me. I don't care whatever I'm going through in this world, whatever I'm facing, whatever somebody's saying behind my back. I don't care. As long as you don't put your hands on me, we good. Say whatever you like. They talked about Jesus. They hated Jesus so bad so they hung him up. So what you think? What you think they gonna do to you? You ain't nowhere. I'm not nowhere near perfect, or you're not nowhere near perfect yourself neither. So don't feel and don't get depressed because things of this world is kicking you down. People are not agreeing with you. Family, sometimes family and friends are not on the same page as you are. Okay, Jesus had 12 disciples. One turned against him, called Judas. Some other ones that was his disciple, like in this day, they'll be your best friend. When they snatched Jesus up and they asked him, "Who knows this man? Who's with him? Who know him?" A couple of his disciples didn't even say. They didn't open their mouth. So, and these was his closest friends. One of them sold him out to die. So what you think they're gonna do to you? So, hey, it's here nor there, man. Stay positive. Keep focused. Keep believing in yourself. Manifest greatness over your life. Stop worrying about all the bad things because it's a lot of darkness. Only thing that can break darkness and hatred in this world is love. Love is the only thing God put and gave all of us that can break hatred, darkness, and all the destroying things that the devil tried to put on you and the things of this world. Moving right along in the show. Last but not least, one of the great segments I have on here. I love talking about. I love going over. I love doing this show. But I know y'all been noticing. Sometimes I'll come in. I'll do the show one week. I'll do it again out of the month, twice a month. Sometimes once a month. I gotta get better at it because I have a lot of different things I'm doing and going on. But like I say, thank you for listening to those who do. Thank you for tuning in. Continue to support the show. All of that, man. I just thank you, man. I've been doing this, like I said, for 2 years now, and I'm just shocked that God has blessed me to continue to do this show and to manifest and to have the vision and the know-how to continue to run this show the way I imagined. This was just a thought, a vision I had in my head. I brought it to with God in front. I brought it to with His help, with His leadership and His guidance. I brought it to it came to fruition, and it came straight out of my head. And I thank God for to continue to allow me to do this. And back to the greatest segment of the show, like I said, is the Bible verse of the week. The Bible verse of the week comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 10 dash verses 10 through 11. And I picked this because it's supporting my title for the show for this week. And I'm gonna just give you a little brief read of the title of the show this week. And it is There's a Time and a Place for Everything. And I always try to leave you with food for thought. I know in the life segment I gave you a lot of different Bible verses, but hey man, just feel free to read the Bible, man. it makes me feel better. I know it would probably it will. I know ain't no problem. I know it will make you feel better. It helps you with anything you're dealing with in your walks of life because there's a lot of darkness out here and there's a lot of depressed, hateful, hatred, jealous, envious people in this world, and you can't let it stop you from doing nothing that you're trying to do that's positive and righteous. And like I said, the verse of the weeks come from 1 Corinthians 13, verses 10 through 11, and it reads, verse 10, but when the time of perfection comes, these partial things will become useless. When I was a child, verse 11, when I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Verse 11 is, I feel like it's very self-explanatory. It's directly to the point. It's just so strong in God, how He's speaking to you. And I want to say this before I give you my understanding. I give you my point of view, and from what I asked God to help me understand of these verses when I read them, and because I study each word of the verse, because every word means something, and I asked God to help me understand, not of my own understanding, but help me understand His words. And I hope all of you, like I say this all the time, ask God when you read the Bible to help you understand His words, not of your own understanding. And like again, when verse 10 was saying, but when the time of perfection comes, and these partial things will become useless. It speaks so so relevant about the times that we are dealing with now, because we as people, we strive so hard and we think we're perfect, and and the things that we are dealing with in this world, them things it's gonna be useless, because we're not perfect. We're gonna fall short, and that's what I feel like with this verses they're saying. We are searching, we're trying to become perfect, so bad, and we still gonna be it's still we partial. It's partial, and it's gonna just fade away to nothing, cause you'll never get to being perfect. There was only one perfect being. That was Jesus Christ. You'll never have everything right, and every day is never going to be the same, never going to be perfect. It's always going to be something, a test, some type of turmoil that you're going to deal with in your life. And we get so caught up in trying to search and be perfect and tear others down and chase to we're weak in other areas in our life, and then it tears us apart, and it just comes nothing. And like I said, and I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Verse 11: when I was a child, I spoke and I thought and reasoned as a child, but when I grew up, I put away childish things. Now, and this verse 11 is just so strong and powerful, man. I love it. I love what it means, and it's so direct to the point. Like God is just, if you don't understand this, man, and I know you will, just read it over and over if you have to, man, because the things that I done when I was a kid, the way I thought, I can't think like that no more. I can't move like that. Because once I became a man, I'm a man now. I can't continue doing childish, stupidity, and dumb things. Now, don't get me wrong. As a grown up and adult, myself, will make mistakes. But you also got to understand and know everybody got a past, and don't, and just like what this said, everyone got a past. Don't let this world tell you that your past define you, that you can't change, that you can't change, you won't change, you haven't got better, and you can't be who you say you are now. Because they're looking and searching for the worst of you. What they don't know, some people in this world, including myself and others that I know, other testimonies that I have read, other people like Mr. William King Hollis, you can find him on Instagram also. This young man came from the nothing, from the bottom, living out his car, doing all, just caught up in so much wrong. He had so many doubters and naysayers and people saying that he can't do that, you can't change. You don't know. Some people sometimes will lead you off to keep you out of their business. And just like this verse says, man, the things of a child, you have to let that go. Everybody don't get it at the same time, people. Don't let this world tell you you got to get it when they say get it. Long as you get it right, you get it right. Long as you answer to what the thing that you need to do and abide by God's law. And respect man's law also, but abide by God's law. God's law, I feel like it's over all. And everybody's process is different. Just like this saying, when I became a man, I had to put away childish things and childish reason. I had to think like a man. But some people be dealing with, some people we deal with be so disrespectful, so distasteful, and they want certain things from you because they have heard of you, they have heard about you, or whatever. Don't be a fool and fall into that, because that's what they're looking for. Sometimes you have to play the fool who's trying to fool you. Sometimes you have to be ignorant. And I ain't saying be ignorant to them. Be nonchalant. Act like you don't even thinking about nothing they saying. Crazy, foolish, whatever you need to do to keep them from knowing who you are becoming. Because if they can see the positive in you and they can see who you truly are, they're going to do everything in their power to tear you down, because a lot of people in this world don't want to see you change from a kid to a man, and they don't want to see you come up to have the things that they have. Once you start being able to get and obtain some of the things that some of these wannabe big shots, strong-minded, high-level people have, and once you stop doing all this ignorant and crazy and messy and dirty things, that's when the devil wants you the most. Because you putting away all that childish BS and all that. You finally seeing and having an openness of mind. Your eyes is finally opening and seeing. Yeah, it might took you a long time, but don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like you're the only one. It's many people high and low, in great positions, and doing great things in your city, governing bodies, great things in your church that didn't have it right and they was grown to. They just hid it better. All of us are dealing with something. All of us can change. All of us still make mistakes. All of us our reasoning is not up to a grown person level, up to par, but we do, and you know yourself. Like this verse say, when you become a man, you put away childish things. And I hope this verse will help someone. I hope it is food for thought. I know it's food for thought, but I hope my followers and listeners read this, ask God for understanding, not of your own. And once again, I just hope y'all like it. 1 Corinthians verse 13, verse through 10. And that is the last segment of the show for today, for this week. I like to say thank you to all my followers, listeners, and subscribers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for, you can find, and a lot of people have been having trouble trying to find my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna make sure I give it to you. Uh, it's on my Instagram, it's on my Facebook page. You can find me on my Facebook at Allen Sample, just straight Allen Sample, ALLEN SAMPLE. Also, you can find me at my YouTube channel, and this would have been a problem. And with most people, you have to put my first name, Allen, ALLEN, Sample, SAMPLE, at Allen Sample 5055, and you'll pop up to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel has video and audio. Also, I have the audio. It's on every platform: iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Special, my main label, Spreaker. My main people that I'm dealing with, Spreaker.com. You can find me there. Please leave a review on iTunes, on Spreaker, on iHeartRadio. Tell me what you think of my show. You can leave a review on YouTube. And I like to just say again, thank you to all my followers, listeners, and subscribers. I thank y'all for continuing to tune in and listen, and thank you for your support. And that is it this week for the show that I call The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly podcast. Well, I'm your host, Allen Sample. And there's some big old facts, and we out.